I'm Jim Ducharme, Community Manager for Warrior Plus, and so happy to be here with you today, and even happier to be welcoming our guest, Jeremy Kennedy. Jeremy, how are you, sir?
I'm great, Jim. How are you doing today, man?
I'm doing great. Jeremy,
yeah.
Look, we're here to talk about you and about, pass on some of your insight and, maybe even a few tips and tricks that you can bring to people, who are both doing affiliate marketing or who want to get into creating products. But I think the best place for us to start is if you can give us a little background about how you got started as an internet entrepreneur, a vendor, and how you came to Warrior Plus. Just sort of a quick roundup of how you just got into this business, and you've established quite a reputation for yourself.
Yeah, well, I started back, it was like 2012, and I was doing all kinds of jobs. I did truck driver, I worked restaurant stuff, I did retail, I worked as a forklift driver, I did all kinds of stuff, construction, you name it. And it's a microphone on your phone. Sean Mize is a perfect example, who would just go and record audio with his phone and sell it as a product. All right, and once you have that product, you actually have something in your hands that you can now make an infinite amount of money with. That is an asset that you can make an infinite amount of money with, and you can make you can scale it to anything that you want because it's units, okay? And while you can only spend a certain amount of hours per day, even with a multiple person team, even those 10, 20, 100, even 1,000-person team can only put in so many hours, right? But a unit, you could sell literally, let's just go to the moon here. You could sell 1 million units in a day if you could feasibly get the traffic and whatnot, but it is possible to sell that because of the units. And so switching to that mindset is one huge benefactor, that you always want to be in sales mode, that you want to be selling units of something. And that will get you out of any gym in the world. If you're in a gym and you need money, find something, anything that you can get your hands on and sell it. So keep the simplicity in your mind. And the first thing I want to say is most people go backwards because they get into affiliate marketing first. And people are obviously teaching to get into affiliate marketing first, but that is the wrong way to do it. You don't want to go after affiliate marketing first. And let me tell you why. Because when you're trying to sell affiliate products, you've got to warm that audience up. And you also have no control over that asset, all right? And that is the biggest key, is that those customers, if you sell a product as your own and you get the customers are proven over as many years as, since sales has been in existence, that they will buy from you again, much more than somebody that's never bought from you before. And I think we all know that, but it's really true. And a lot of people don't really grasp that concept that your customer, once you had them on some sort of list, and they have actually purchased from you, it's important that they purchase something from you, because free people, people that get free stuff like free stuff. People that pay with money like to buy stuff. It gets them high. They get a high off of the purchasing of the sale, and that's why you want to go for the person that buys versus the person that signs up for free stuff, because they like free stuff. Flip the switch, all right? You don't need to be an affiliate selling somebody else's products. You need to have a product with affiliates selling your products, all right? You need 100 affiliates selling your stuff, not the other way around. And it's really easy to do. And once you have to flip the mind switch, it's really simple, because all you do is create your product, which could be a 10 to 20 page PDF, all right? You really just want to think along the lines of, I'm creating an instruction manual. This is just a how-to guide. My first PDF, my first product ever on Warrior Plus, that was in 2012.
So, we're talking from $300 6 years ago to now you're you're essentially making your entire living. You're your own boss.
Mm-hmm.
And really, all you've done is evolve and honed evolved your products and honed your skills.
Well, here's the interesting thing, Jim. On Warrior Plus, I've made over $100,000, a year doing this stuff, and every year, and it's crazy to think about. In fact, just not too long ago, went over $500,000 total revenue on Warrior Plus from the vendor side. It was just crazy to think about, just from this platform alone. And I've also do it on other platforms as well, but I've made the most with Warrior Plus. And it's so simple for people to get in on this, to use it. And here's the really crazy thing, Joe. I still do the same exact thing I did back then. I still do the same thing now. Nothing has really changed as far as my model. I've been doing the same thing the whole time. And it works. It just works. And people don't realize that. They skip right over it. They go through all the other shiny stuff. They go through everything else. And they don't realize if you just put a little product together, and you even, put a little sales page together, don't let the excuse of technicality. People love to use the excuse of, I am technically illiterate, I can't do this stuff, and that is BS. Because if you want to do something, you're going to figure it out. You figured out how to use Facebook. You figured out how to listen to this call right now. The fact that you know how to listen to this call means you can figure out how to do because the tools that we use to do this stuff, the page builders and things like that, it's very simple. It's made for the average Joe now to do it. The technology is so great. The average person, my mother, can build sales pages. And let me tell you, that's some progress there. And so don't let that, there's videos that show you how to do all that kind of technical stuff, but it's really, if you just keep it in your mind, really simple. You create a PDF or a few videos, and you make a page, you make another page with a thank you, and then you can also make another page with another product up behind it, something that adds value. Done for you type stuff works really well. So for example, if your product is about how to run Facebook ads to a squeeze page, that might be something that you have a little bit of experience with, and you might have had success with that. Well, that's a case study. Anything that you've had success with that you could say, I got 100 subscribers using this one method, or 1,000 subscribers using this one method, or, well, even if you didn't do all that great, but you still made some kind of progress, that's something that you can write down and share with other people. And in it, let's say, for example, that would be your product. A good upsell, that could be a done-for-you type upsell, would be an example squeeze page, or access to the squeeze page that you use, and that would be considered done for you. All they'd have to do is change their information on it. And so, and then another upsell could be a recurring mastermind. And it's basically, don't let it fool you, it's just a Facebook group, all right, that you jump in and you hang out with your peeps, and they ask you questions every now and then, you hang and shoot the breeze with them, and they pay you monthly for it. And here's the thing about recurring, it will absolutely change your life. The guys that are struggling on the roller coaster, what happens is you'll start releasing products, and you'll get high for a minute because you'll get that nice influx of cash, but the product kind of dies down a little bit. Now, you'll still get sales for years, even on your first product, and for as long as you push it. You can continue to push it. I've seen guys push their one product for years. But eventually, you might get to where you want to create another product. And
so guys, have we thought about it? Changing our direction by cutting through the chase with an honest broker. Warrior Plus is a platform just simply seems to do what is very seemingly very good for the newbie starting out, because the platform is so designed to do just that. It seems to have everything set in place for you, and when you've got things set in place for you, it makes it much easier getting started as you learn along the way. Excuse me. So if you're going to change your journey, you would need to cut through the chase. Now the chase can be a real chore, so you need a plan. So what does it mean when you say that you need a plan? It simply means that you have to find an honest broker that will, in this case, that will meet your needs without stress or falter. And by the way, you can get this booklet for free. And the name of that booklet is Stress and Your Health. And we'll send it to you when you contact us. Now, I want to give this booklet to you so that you are aware that when running into stress difficulties, as you navigate through this stuff, I like to call it stuff, until you can learn the game and become a guru, if that is your wish, or a professional, a professed professional may be a more likely name or a better name that you would like to call yourself. So, stuff is not a bad name, as I like to call it, for what you're doing, what you're handling, and the products that you're working with. I just simply call it stuff for what you don't have a handle on at that particular time in your startup. So let's have a plan with this stuff, as I tell you, I call it, first. Now, the platform and bonuses that are offered is an easier way to start. That, of course, is my thinking. Oh, and I almost forgot, guys, actually, you do have to take this stuff one step at a time. You really must have a little patience in getting started, because it's not like you can go from A to Z in a hot second. It requires patience. And as you may know, Rome was just not built in a day. And that's what we mean when we talk about patience. So guys, in getting started in this business, just be patient. Get started. Start with a platform that works. And we really think that Warrior Plus works especially for newbies, because it's a follow the plan kind of platform, telling you what to do. It may take you from one place to another, that you may have to go back and say, hey, I don't have that particular product, I don't have that particular link, or I don't have that particular page set up. But you may have to go back and do that, find out. But after doing it for the first time, you realize that, hey, I understand what I'm doing now, and this is going to be the platform that I use getting started. Now, there's 1,000-to-1 ways that you can use this, I'll say, affiliate platforms, or selling products online, or doing business online. There's thousands of ways that you can do that. And even besides that, thousands and thousands of products that you can sell. But if, excuse me, if you got the idea of what Jeremy was trying to explain, he was basically saying that there's lots of products that you can sell, and there's a way to start. Jeremy's way, not the only way to start, but he gives you an idea of a best way to start.